What up, y'all? This is your boy Shirts Beats. He's back at it again. Courtesy of Conflict. Shout out to James R. Sanders for this. Our boy Bernie Sanders is back in the mix. He's trying to introduce a proposal to raise minimum wage yet again and warns of political consequences if not doing so. Now, keep in mind, guys, Senator Sanders is reintroducing an amended version of his 2021 proposal in the hopes of getting it passed to raise minimum wage across the country. I don't see a problem with that. You know what I'm saying? Who doesn't need that little extra paper? So that being said, an amended version of Senator Bernie Sanders' minimum wage bill that didn't pass is being pushed once more, hoping to make it this time. If it does, the country will raise working wages to $17 an hour. I think that'd be pretty damn dope. Now, in 2021, eight Senate Democrats voted along with every House Republican to shoot down Sanders' proposal, originally called the Raise the Wage Act, which sought to increase minimum wage to $15. This time, the Vermont senator warns of political consequences of those who did not support the proposal. He said, and I quote, "Nobody in this country can survive on $7.25. And maybe some of my colleagues in Congress might have to live for a month on seven and a quarter and see what that's like." Sanders said during a press conference where he spoke about the proposal. He went on to say he chairs the Senate Committee on Health, Education, Labor, and Pension. Now, per ABC News, which take with a grain of salt, guys, he's working on securing votes in the Senate and House. Now, Senator Joe Manchin, if that's his last name, if it's mispronounced incorrectly, I apologize, was the one Democrat who voted against Sanders' proposal in 2021, instead pushing for an $11 an hour bump in minimum wage over a few years. That too got turned down. Today, 2008 was the last time minimum wage has been changed on the countrywide level. And so Manchin is expected to have an uphill battle for the Hill, with Sanders being popular among progressive Democrats. His support stands to the benefit of the controversial senator. No support could have to do with what Senator Sanders alluded to during his press conference on Thursday, saying, and as you heard here today, this is a popular issue. I would hope every member of Congress understands that there will be political consequences. There will be political consequences, he added. On an appearance on The View, Senator Sanders cited inflation along with the pandemic as key motivating factors for pursuing the proposal since more. During Thursday's press conference, he stood with an economist and several essential workers who would be directly impacted by the minimum wage increase. Having wages for low-wage workers has naturally grown in the tight labor markets of the pandemic recovery. Now, that's what was asked by Heidi Schierholz, the former chief economist for the Department of Labor. In 21, there were several reasons why the Raise the Wage Act didn't pass. During the minority, Leader Mitch McConnell accused Democrats of, quote, pushing economic policies that would, quote again, drag down our recovery, like the House was for a one-size-fits-all minimum wage policy that would kill 1.4 million jobs, unquote. Democrats, on the other hand, Senator Mark Weiner, feared some corporations could offshore jobs if minimum wage were too high. Senator Manchin argued that a lot of states have already adopted higher minimum wages. The crucial wing state of Pennsylvania, which was narrowly won by President Biden and has typically been a Republican right-wing state, Senator Bob Casey says he's currently reviewing the proposal. For the most part, Pennsylvania's minimum wage is currently $7 and a quarter an hour, and Senator Casey, who is running for re-election, also says on the committees of health, labor, education, and pension. Let your boy know in the comments below, man. What do y'all guys do? What do y'all think? Do y'all think that would be a good idea for them to once again have the Raise Your Wage Act back in the mix, back in full swing, back on the field, and have that finally go through for a touchdown? Let your boy know in the comments below, man. Deuces.